Yes, ma'am.
Next is
Yeah.
if I shall be correct.
That is correct.
You got complimentary water on your door.
Oh, wow, thanks.
If you need anything adjusted, my name is James. I'll be your driver for this evening.
Thank you, James.
Let's figure this out. Push this button here. You'll be, well, I'll be happy to let you know. I'm just making up shit.
You're all good.
Because I'm practicing for the future.
Oh, good. Okay,
But,
you can practice on me.
I appreciate the option.
I sell wine, so I'm in
Oh.
the sales market.
Girl, you gonna, by the end of this ride, I want you to be my evaluator. I've never even
Got
had, in a sense, you be getting to the point where you be saying shit, you be like, is that you? And I be like, even before you got in the car, I was like, bitch, you better do it. You better, in a sense, you better not lose. So as I'm hearing it right now, I'm not losing, but you don't know the end of the ride until you get there. So.
Exactly.
But,
you can do it. I believe in you.
You are a part of a brand new pilot program,
Ooh.
non-affiliated with Lyft or Uber,
Okay.
but is a part of continuation of my series, Need a Lift? Cousin Conversations.
Oh.
I had started with Lyft for about, I guess, into the numbers of about over 500.
Okay.
And plus or minus a few hundreds. But I'm over 500 in the capturing phase of just being able to, in a sense, be able to record my conversations.
Okay.
It's so, like, in a sense, common sense for me being a black guy from Texas.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if all that stuff that was happening, even while Obama was in office, and then even after Obama was in office, and then you get George Floyd, all this other shit happen. Not one time in my mind reflecting have I heard any black guy, prominent or otherwise, come by our camera system. Are you tired of getting your ass beat by the cops? You know, all that bullshit that could be said.
Yeah.
And when I got it, I'm in the whole thing of right before 2019 at the end of the year, I got the car like September. And then all this shit happens to where now I'm getting paid less and less and all this shit happens.
Yeah.
But the power of it was being able to come across the information each day that let me reflect. Even if I'm not making any money, I'm still finishing a book a day. So coming across that power and doing it in a more comfortable situation. I used to have to walk around for my money. Now I sit on my ass for my money.
There you go.
So just to switch around and to keep seeing, and then overall, I don't know, just to get to reflect to where you have the ability to forget all the shit that's in you, but know it's still in you.
Yeah.
I be forgetting all this shit, but then it pop right up with the next conversation, the next living, and it gets to the point where I try to tell everybody in a certain understanding, I don't speak to you for you, I speak to you for me.
Yeah.
I don't speak to you for you, I speak to you for the next people sitting in the seat. And I really don't care what you do with the information, I just care if I give myself a chance to hear the information.
Yeah.
Going forward, I started December 1st, after being able to save for this car, $500 a week, making all of that. And I saved up a whole month so it wouldn't take 6 months.
Yeah.
And I just took in what I had, $2,000. I started the insurance for $200, put $1,500 down on the car, and now I'm in this vehicle. Probably about 4 months ago, after I was making money and looking and thinking, I was like, I can do that. So I went to Vegas in this car with no resources at all. I made it. I was, especially on the reflection that you made it without getting shit out of luck, because I was so close. But I was just like, damn, you made it. And then I was like, I'm gonna buckle down and get all this shit focused and set up so I can get this business started, because in a sense, because of having the option to go to Vegas, I end up, only way I'm going to Vegas is if I pay all my bills in advance. Then I paid up my bills in advance, and I got there, I was like, shit, that's a whole new revelation of ability, aka responsibility, aka the ability to respond. So when I seen me able to respond to that situation or that need or that want to do something, I just magnified it. So when I got back, I was like, I'm gonna work my ass off. In a sense, I made a minimum of $1,200 a week from driving for Lyft and or Uber type situation.
Nice.
But I hit that easily. And then when I go in to hit it for the specific purpose, my engine blows up.
Of course.
It was insured under warranty, but I gotta wait 4 months. I'm 4 months back in the game with the hybrid, saving on gas and everything.
Yeah.
Just barely a week ago, I got my car back.
Oh, wow.
Now I own a 2020 Chevy Malibu.
Okay.
That I still have to pay the payments on that.
Yeah.
It was a reflection that when I first started with Lyft about 3.8 years ago, I had 2,600 rides in 1 year, about a year and 1.3 years. And for the most part, the unique reflection that all ties into all of this shit I'm speaking, I only had 23 subscribers on my YouTube. it wasn't an aspiration of having more, but it was just a reflection of like, are you a hoe if you only have 23 subscribers and you gave 2,600 rides? I know out of 2,600 rides, I spoke to more than 23 people successfully.
Yeah.
So I was looking at it, I was like, are you a hoe for having these numbers? And I was like, yeah, you a hoe. AKA, sometimes you got to be the hoe and the pimp.
It's true.
Because sometimes you got to advise yourself and make yourself do shit, but then you got to be the one doing it. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
You're giving yourself all this advice, but you still got to go do it. In a sense, you ain't got no hope. AKA, you barely have yourself if you can't help yourself to go get it or can persuade yourself. And it's a weirdness of always trying to persuade the hoes to do shit, but you can't even persuade the hoe in yourself to do shit.
Yeah.
But in a sense of it,
Yeah.
I always work hard for the hoe. AKA, I'm working hard to be in the hoe's position. AKA, I'm giving tips or in a sense, I equated it just talking shit to myself from listening to Iceberg Slim Pimp story of my life. And the way that he talked I think he said the beginning of the book and then he said the preface. I believe it was before the preface that I absorbed the reflection that I told the white lady the first day I got in this car doing day one.
Yeah.
And she had me reflecting to all her yes and rights, and I was like, nigga, this shit is real. I was like, I was crying at like elation of those 2,600 rides. I was building my whole philosophy without any care of building.
Yeah.
But then I started to see the repetitiveness in actually what I was building when I started to give it.
Yeah.
So at that time, I had my phone recording. She was so with it. She was just regular old lady, you know, just cool as shit. But I was giving a ride to the airport, so I had my phone set up. I was talking to her, talking to her about all this simple shit. So she was like, yeah, you know, same shit. And I was just like, bro, this shit is real. And it was just, in a sense, day one, that everything that I kind of thought in the template that I thought could be presented or that was presented, when I tried to give it again, everything was just spot on. And then for me to get it recorded, yeah, that started everything. So now I got 800 voice recording possibilities, but I know at least I have, I would say, I don't know what's the 100, 160, well, I would say I at least got 100 out of 800 type of situation.
And is your YouTube channel the recordings? Is that what it is?
What it is I live in my van. Oh, snap, perfect. I'm doing van life from the van's point of view. So, or in a sense, I'm
sorry.
Go ahead.
Which way is it telling you to go?
Let's see. We're going
We're going to Parkland.
Yeah, we're going straight down 7 right
it's
there.
taking you 7. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I kind of realized I don't even like doing it, but I'm trying to listen to the white man on this. Say, take a left, take a right.
It doesn't always know that.
Yeah, you smart on that one because it don't.
I know,
But,
white men don't usually know best ever.
Well, you know, but we trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
I try, but they just disappoint.
I swear. But that's where I would say the universal of that understanding that is what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
That is what you have to protect yourself from.
Yeah.
It's not to hope that it doesn't happen. It's to hope that you're prepared for when it happens. Me, in a sense, I found that that's how I propel it from not happening. Or that's why that's how I protect myself. So I have a lot of reasons of explanation for the specifics of what it's talking about, but you can find so many different parallels possibly for your unique situations just to kind of cloak yourself in a lot of protection for your movements.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, I don't know, man, I'm just nigga talking too much.
That's okay.
But man, it's just a baller situation.
Yeah.
But it's so many ways and it's so many hours, and literally all the people, when I keep saying I don't speak to you for you, I speak to you for me, I said that over 1,000 times. So to see it all and see everybody's collection, right now I am right under 494 subscribers.
Okay, what's your channel?
If you type in Thrive, Don't Just, it should pop up in the search bar for Thrive, Don't Just Survive Van Life.
Okay.
And I have my 1993 Ford Econoline that I turned into my home or my base of operations, because just like I kind of understood, if you get tired, it's easier to sit in the grass instead of stand up and go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then if you get tired, it's easier to sit in your car instead of sit on the grass.
Yeah.
But then it's easier to lay in your van rather than sleep in the car.
Yeah.
So as I keep bumping up to all these phases, I'm literally looking at myself like, nigga, look at you. Like, I never you. Because it's weird, like, it's seemingly.
Yeah.
White people can make all this shit make sense. But there's like black people always got to be all clean and starched up. And it's just weird how it's like, even from a young point of view, I couldn't do that. I can't go to school without my clothes ironed. I can't walk out the house without lotion.
Yeah.
But look at all these white people just free. They don't know what it is needing lotion. And I was just talking shit. But for the most part, it's like I got all this little foundation. I got the stove in there, the cow, just basically everything to where I'm already to the next phase where I have a cookie recipe that I'm turning into a company.
That's
I
awesome.
have a cell phone company that I was seeing a friend operate, being the owner and operator for the last 3 or 4 years. So now I'm branching into his operation. So from doing this and that, is helping me to see way more. Plus, December 1st, when I had that conversation with that one white girl, I was just like, now I got a barbershop. Less than 7 days later, I had the keys to a barbershop. And I was just like, bro, they ain't never gonna believe I got a barbershop too. Because, in a sense, certain ways, you don't qualify for this stuff. But when you start doing the foundational, you kind of qualify to be qualifiable. Like I tell a lot of people, only reason why I'm in this position, because years ago I started listening to a book 3 times a day for over 45 days at 2 times the speed on YouTube, getting paid weekly. The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clayson. I listened to that book at a shitty job, 12 hours a day, at 2 times the speed. That's 24 hours of information. Depending on the information, don't be a hoe about it. In the sense of it, just because it's a scary movie, why the fuck you flinching all the damn time? You're a grown man now. And in the sense of it, just because it's a book about making money, how you gonna be the hoe and not make no money? What the fuck are you listening to then? So when I unconsciously seen all of the shit that I was doing, I was like, nigga, how you do this? Like, you didn't really do this, but you did it. And don't nobody give a fuck about the process. They just give a fuck about the outcome. AKA, when there was an opportunity